Hello everyone, James Stark with Axis Communications. I'm the retail segment leader for Axis in all of the Americas. Today we're here in New York. We're showing how visual sensors support and are the foundational element of any computer vision and AI solution out there. We're here today with our partners, Standard AI and also Google Cloud. We're also featuring some interesting technologies like how we connect to the cloud with our Axis connectors, and also our compressed metadata. So I'm joined here with my colleague, Robert Brown. He'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But what I want to show you here today is what we're doing with occupancy and AI. What are some of the foundational elements of that? So for Axis, what makes us different is that we actually develop our own chips for our cameras. So we control our roadmap, our vision in conjunction with our customers and also with our partners to lay out a fundamental future look into retail. So here we're doing occupancy, and with Axis Camera Station, we're doing a very base level dashboard showing those data insights. So the visual sensors are putting out the data, the metadata, if you will, from telling you what's behind the scene and giving you the actionable insights for your business. Now, this is obviously a very light version, but we can also get very technical and deep with our partner program. So we have a technical integration program where we have folks like Standard AI, who's one of our partners, and they can come in and actually do customer tracking, camera-to-camera tracking within the store. And the way we do that is by inferencing on the customer's interactions, their engagements, and their gaze. So Standard will use our cameras to track the customer down an aisle, for example, and if they stop, okay, so we know we've got an impression, but did we get engagement? So they'll judge whether the customer stepped forward to the shelf or bent over to look at an item. So now we have an engagement. So that being said, then we come over to our friends with Google. So Google Cloud is running their distributed edge product here in the booth. And what we're showing is an actual computer vision model where we're doing order validation. So for like QSR, dealing with chargebacks, those types of things. So the game itself is just how many products can we put in to add up to a dollar value, a specific dollar value. So in essence, we're showing the enablement, we're showing the actual computer vision interactively for this. So speaking of customer experience, I want to pivot to what we have here behind me. This is a framework that we use when we're dealing with the criminal element. We work with the Loss Prevention Research Council at the University of Florida in Gainesville. And so they have a framework that they call the 5 zones of influence. So what we do is we work with them to show how technology can branch through and impact and what they say affect and detect, and in some cases deter bad actors from doing things within the store. So what we've done with those same 5 zones is now we're saying a customer experience. So it's the same zones of influence, but we're telling you, okay, how does that technology influence the customer experience while in the store? How do we enhance that? We're able to get them the right service at the right time and be very targeted with what we're speaking about. So that's kind of the narrative that we're working here. And that being said, I want to talk a little bit about something that a lot of folks aren't talking about, and that's metadata. What is metadata? How does it apply to AI? Why is it important to the computer vision models? So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Robert Brown, one of our solutions engineers, and he's going to cover metadata and compressed metadata. Robert?
Thanks, James. I just want to kind of show some of this video here that we've had running. It's actually real time looking at the show floor. Our cameras have deep learning capabilities. And so all the bounding boxes you see is 10 frames a second. We're telling the camera where people are because we have metadata that's capturing information about people and vehicles. We're able to put it in the dashboard. This is really great for real time things like this, but there are often needs for after the fact analysis or additional analysis. And that's one thing that we've really taken to heart and we've implemented in a software update that's coming out this month called Consolidated Metadata. And I'm gonna switch over here real quick to a video that's demoing what this works and how we actually interact with Google Gemini in this example. So Consolidated Metadata is new. And instead of that 10 frames a second constant stream of data or video, we track an object across the scene, and only after that object has left the scene do we then take the metadata and send it by way of MQTT instead of embedded in the video stream, which is historically how it's done. What we're doing here then is once we have our metadata, we can actually crop the image and say we know what's important in the scene, we've tracked it, we're going to send that snapshot, that JPEG, to Gemini and say, hey Gemini, tell me make, model, trim, color, give me a year, give me some interesting information about that vehicle that we can't do on our cameras on the edge, but we can leverage our technology partnerships to ask for that additional information and make this a more relevant scene. So you're seeing this in real time. Vehicle leaves, our metadata comes up here. I've already sent it to Gemini. Gemini comes back and says, that's not just a white truck, that's a white Chevy Suburban, likely LT or Premier, 2015 to 2020. It's a really good example, a very simple way that we can take information that our cameras are generating all the time, but not necessarily flood the zone with all the bounding boxes and everything else we need when we're doing real-time analysis. It's called, again, Consolidated Metadata, brand new, coming out this month on all of our cameras. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Robert. So I think in closing, what we're doing here is we're showing an ecosystem, right? We're showing how everybody can collaborate together. We bring together our partner networks to bring together a full solution for our retail customers. Thank you. And for more information on Axis Communications and our offerings in IP audio, IP video, and video management and analytics, go to axis.com. And also see us on retailcustomerexperience.com. Thank you.